According to the central dogma, DNA is transcribed into RNA, which is translated into protein. Proteins are chains of amino acids, and with 20 different amino acids, there are limitless possibilities of potential proteins to create. Each amino acid is coded for by a codon, a 3' reading strand made up of A's, C's, G's, and U's. There are 64 possible codons, and most amino acids are coded for by more than one codon. Today, we use a coding dictionary to identify which amino acids are coded for, but these codons weren't always known. In 1961, Marshall Nirenberg and Henrik Mattei determined that a specific amino acids were coded for by specific RNA sequences. They took an mRNA strain of only U's, a homopolymer called poly-U, and translated them to form an amino acid, which they then radioactively tagged. They added the poly-U amino acid to 20 tubes, each containing a different labeled amino acid. Later, they found newly synthesized protein in the tube labeled phenylalanine. This allowed them to determine that poly-U encodes phenylalanine. Though they initially did not know the length of the codon, Brenner and Crick had found it to be 3 non-overlapping nucleotides. Repeated experiments led to the discovery that AAA coded for lysine and CCC encoded proline, but Nirenberg and Mattei were unable to determine GGG or any other amino acid. In 1964, Nirenberg and his new partner, Philip Leiter, created a new technique for determining each codon and its amino acid. By using synthetic mRNA with only one codon, they first used GUU, and adding it to a ribosome and a mixture of amino acids attached to tRNAs, they would allow the ribosome to bind the mRNA with the correct tRNA. The mixture was passed through a nitrocellulose filter, and the unbound tRNAs passed through. The filter was assayed, and the amino acids bound to the codon were identified. In this first successful test, they found that GUU encoded valine. This process was repeated many times until 1966, when all 64 codons and 20 amino acids were paired up, leading to the coding dictionary that we use now.